Arsenal Fan TV. Mo, listen, talking about that on Claude, he was pretty damning of the team. He says that, you know, we always get to this stage and get knocked out. What did you make of it? I mean, we are playing a top-class team. Hell, you know, I thought for 70 minutes did okay, but a couple of moments of magic from them and that's it, bang.
I don't even know about a couple of moments of magic. I think it was a couple of moments of madness from us more than anything. Because, you know, when we played Barca in 2011, I was wowed by Barcelona and I was stunned by Arsenal in our response to it. But today, I'm not wowed by Barcelona. You know, they haven't come here, and you know, if it wasn't for being a football fan who, you know, watches a bit of European football, and I was just judging it on this performance, I would not be saying, oh, Barcelona are the best team in the world. You know, Bayern Munich at the Allianz, the performance that they put in, now that wowed me. This today wasn't that amazing, and yet they've come out 2-0 winners after Arsenal have had quite a few good chances to score, you know, a goal for ourselves, and that's what really disappoints me today, because, you know, it's tough. You know, there's a paradox here, because on one hand I think to myself, if someone had told me yesterday, look, tomorrow you're going to lose 2-0 against Barcelona, I would have said, all right, fine, you know, it's not out of my expectations, you know, it's pretty in line with my expectations. But having come here and lost 2-0, I'm really down about it. I'm really gutted about it, because I feel like we deserve more from the game.
Because we were kind of, when they scored, we were kind of on the, you know, we were on the up in that game. You know what I mean? We were starting to attack them again. They were starting to look a little bit weary at the back. We were coming close and then bang.
Yeah, and it was very frustrating because I thought we got the balance really, really bang on during the game. You know, in that we weren't too adventurous. We respected their ability, but we didn't nullify our own threat as a result of that respect. And when they got their goal, it was just back to, you know, that naivety that we always speak about, where how Barcelona, who are scoring a goal of that nature on the counter-attack against us, that's what we should have been doing to them. Barcelona are the team that is meant to just melt through a team like a knife through butter. Instead, it was just a complete role reversal. They're hitting us on the counter-attack with one person free on the far post, and who is it? Only the best player in the world. Is extremely naive, and that really disappointed me, because up to that point we had done very, very well in maintaining, you know, as I say, that correct balance between respect and our own threat. And then, you know, we go and throw it away by conceding that goal, and I just find that very frustrating to take. I find it really hard to take.
And Flamini comes on. I mean, you're bringing a player on to keep, you know, keep it cool, and he gives away a shocking penalty.
Look, this has got to be part of a wider discussion for me, right? And I'll break it up into 3 points. The first thing, I've said this against lesser teams than Barcelona. Why the hell did we sign Elneny if he's not better than Flamini? And if he is better than Flamini, why the hell is Flamini on the bench in Elneny's place? I want an answer. I mean, I'm going to go home and check the rules. Is Elneny cup tied or something? Why the hell is Elneny not in the squad today? Otherwise, why did we sign him? I honestly, you know, when I look back and I think back to the fact that Arsenal and Barcelona played each other in a Champions League final, and you look at the team that we had on that day, and then you look at what's happened between the two clubs, and I know we've had the stadium, I'm accepting that, but you look at the two clubs and where they've gone and where we've gone, I just think to myself, one team is happy to have that sort of, you know, close but no cigar mentality, and the other team is simply not going to tolerate it. And it is that sort of mentality that makes Barcelona great and makes Arsenal nearly men on too many occasions.
And what needs to be done about that then?
What winds me up, Flamini coming on the pitch today, and I really am seething about this. Flamini coming on the pitch today when we've got such great resources now at this club, I think is an absolute insult to loyal, passionate fans who pay a lot of money to pump in the resources. You know, I'm not, these things are linked. You know, we pay a lot of money, and I think it's fair that that money gets invested correctly. For Flamini to be anywhere near the squad is an insult to our club, because, you know, he puts his work in. He does put in 100%, Flamini. I'm not going to slate him for effort, but he should be nowhere near the squad. It makes no sense to me why we've signed Elneny if we're going to play Flamini. And also, Coquelin, I mean, I didn't see him hobbling, but I can only assume he's injured. because I don't often question Arsene Wenger's substitutions. You know, he should know his players better than we do. But why on earth would we be swapping Coquelin for Flamini when we're 1-0 down? Because it's not a positive substitution where we're trying to get a goal. And also, it just increases the chances of Barcelona scoring a second, simply because Flamini hasn't got the legs. He's not as good as Coquelin. So what on earth is going on there? It just, you know, I'm absolutely baffled.
Just finally, second leg. I mean, I know you're going out there. Well, you're still going out there?
Yeah, of course I'm still going out there. Listen, look.
I mean, what do we do? Do we just say, write that off and forget it, or do we go?
But before we even get to that point, one thing that really wound me up today was the attitude of Arsenal fans in the run-up to this game on social media and all of that sort of rubbish. You get respected journalists who are meant to be respected journalists, but ultimately they get paid for having this cowardly opinion that, oh, Arsenal need to prioritise the league over Barcelona. You're playing Barcelona in the Champions League, and you're telling me that we should be thinking about anything other than this game. Stop with the cowardly, gutless opinions. We have to come out here. We have to give it our all. And on the product of today, on what we actually witnessed, the gap between the two teams in this 90 minutes wasn't that vast that it should, you know, give rise to these cowardly, stupid opinions where we're basically saying, oh, let's chuck in the towel before we even walk out on the pitch. We had 4 good opportunities today, or I'll say 2 gilt-edged opportunities. Ozil's in the first half, and then Chamberlain's in the first half. After that, we had Ramsey nearly on the end of one, and Giroud and his header. We should have scored in this game, and if we take a 2-1 defeat, however stupid that sounds, to the new camp, miracles can happen. Obviously now the odds are really stacked against us, but you know, it really does wind me up, the fact that that was the reaction of Arsenal fans before the game was even played, before a ball was even kicked. And then when they go 2-0 up, fans are leaving already. What a joke. What an absolute joke. The amount of people that contacted me saying, oh, Mo, please help me get a ticket. And I laughed at them because you're not getting a ticket.
People paying £500, I heard, for tickets today.
People were desperate for tickets. I was in the lift at work today and I chuckled to myself because I heard a guy say to another guy, what are you doing for lunch? And he goes, going down the Emirates just to check if I had any ticket returns. That is the level of passion and how much people want to come to this game. And you're going to write us off when we kick a ball and you're going to walk out when Messi scores a penalty at 2-0. Like, what if we get that one goal? Don't you want to be there to, like, spur the team on for the remaining 30 seconds of the game or whatever it might be, try and get that equaliser? Have we not been 2-0 down to Barcelona at home before and come back and rescue the 2-2? It just winds me up, some of the fans. And also, the last thing I want to say, this was the game where Arsenal were meant to be charging us for the additional. So just a question to Arsenal, who are an extremely classy club, but who often treat their fans like absolute rubbish. Are you going to charge me 5p for this bag? Yeah? Because if you do, please buy someone, please buy a striker, please use your resources. 5p bags all round.
Subscribe to Arsenal Fan TV.
We can't score in the brothel. We're not going to score 3 goals at the Nou Camp. Listen, right, so
you rest up players.
Well, what's
concentrate
the point
on the
anymore?
league.
Well, we ain't going to do it. We're not going to make this incredible comeback. This is not Olympiacos here. You know what I mean? We ain't going to do that. So what's the point? So we're going to be prepared for the Everton game. You know what I mean? We've got to have